Greetings and welcome to the Friday Morning Vodkast podcast.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Good morning, all you Billy Bumblers out there. How you guys doing? I've made a decision. All my non-Oreo reviews, this is a comparison, it's not a review, are going to be on the Vodkast podcast. It just makes more sense. The amount of work I have to go into when I'm running like 2 or 3 cameras and setting up lights and microphones, I always forget a microphone or something. It just makes more sense for me to do these simpler, unsophisticated Oreo reviews on the Vodkast podcast in the morning, whereas the Oreo reviews, the legit Oreo reviews, are going to the Vodkast exclusively. I am running 2 cameras today because I wanted you guys to have a good shot of everything that's going on here. I was very excited to discover these. I was never really a big fan of the show or anything, but it always gives us an opportunity to sit down. But before we bust into these, what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about Let's Get Racist. Yesterday was a piss poor example of what the show will be. I mean, it's not a piss poor example, but I want it to be so much more than just me seeking out my history. I want to reach out to people who have run into experiences like me where they turn out to, their parents told them they were one, their parents told them that they were one nationality and they turned out to be the other. There's a lot of things I want to do on that show, but generally speaking, I look like a snake, but my upper half is all human. No, generally speaking, it's going to be the pursuit of truth. Later today, if I have time, I'm going to do another episode. I found out a little bit more information after going through some of my baby albums. And I don't want to share too much here because if you want to find out more information about me and my past, my origin story, then you'll take the time to tune in later and check out episode 2 of Let's Get Racist. But for now, why don't we bust into these Peppa Pig, Oreo, mini chocolate sandwich creams. Maybe there'll be a little piece of Peppa Pig in every bite. These things kill me too. Like they pack a bag inside of a box. Like this is a ridiculous amount of packaging. And I guess I'm only contributing to the downfall of Western civilization, which is inevitable. As am I. All right, let's give them a little smell. Maybe this time I'll remember to actually eat an Oreo after I eat a Peppa Pig. Oh, no, okay, now that's interesting. Smells like hot sauce. I assume that there is a factory somewhere in the United States where companies like this and similar companies, they're making generic products like mini Oreos and just repackaging them in a bunch of different things. And I think that's why with like the Bentleys and the Bentons and a few of the other cookies, they were completely identical. I mean, completely identical in flavor profile, in appearance, everything. So I'm betting that if we went to another store like, I don't know, like these were at Big Lots, but there's other discount stores. I'm betting there's other companies that have the same cookie packaged in, a different thing. All right, let's try this. I'm going to shut well, let's see if we can get a twist on this. Sorry I don't have the overhead cam going today. Let's see. Okay, well, it twists nicely. I mean, it's understandable because there's these little nooks that the cream could rest in. Not a lot of cream, which doesn't thrill me. Yeah, they're pretty much everything you would expect. It's a cheap knockoff Oreo. It's not bad though. It's actually better than most of the Oreos we tried in the comparison video. Why don't we try them in milk? I made sure and I got a really small cup so we didn't waste any milk today. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and Baby Duncan, yeah. Okay. I don't know how, but I've somehow managed to keep this tablecloth clean. I probably just cursed myself, but without milk, they weren't super crunchy. They were a little bit crunchier than I like normally. But in milk, it did not improve it that much. It was almost like the cookie resisted the milk. All right. And just for shits and giggles, let's try a little piece of an Oreo. This is such a critical step. I don't know how I miss it so many times. Well, with that being said, I would give them probably about I'd give them a 5. They're perfectly average. There's nothing wrong with them. Peppa Pig did a wonderful job in creating these. So if you see Peppa out on the street, let him or her, I don't know who the fuck Peppa is. I know he talks like, I'm Peppa Pig. That's all I know about Peppa Pig. Probably lives with his and or her family. Who am I to judge? Maybe it's a him and a her. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's a Fraggle. I found these at Aldi yesterday. My friend Jess was going to send me these, but she recently started working from home and isn't leaving the house quite a bit. So, for the price they were at the store, it saves her $1 or $2 in shipping, and it allows us to do this review starting next week. So on the agenda already next week is The Lost Symphony. We're going to listen to music and talk about it while I draw a picture. I would like to also do another picture of Artie's and sit down and talk about that. But unfortunately, I have so much stuff that I want to do that doubling up is going to be a while before I can get back to stuff like that. So we have the carrot cake comparison, the Oreos versus the Bentons. We'll have that coming next week along with The Lost Symphony. Of course, we're going to continue our DNA series, Let's Get Racist, if more information provides itself. This afternoon, I will have an episode up, most likely. And then the world is our oyster after that. I guess that means there's a pearl inside. I've always wondered what. The world is your oyster. Ye shall not want. All right, you Billy Bumblers, I'm going to split. I got more recordings to do. That did not go right in, I will confess. I got stuff to do this afternoon, so hopefully I will have Let's Get Racist Part 2 with some new shocking, surprising information for you guys. It's pretty interesting. The more and more I think, the more and more I discover. Well, I'm going to let you guys go because I have children to take care of and DNA videos to record. So if you guys are loving watching these as much as I'm loving making them, please consider smashing that like button and commenting and sharing and subscribing. Hit the little bell icon. It'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and take care of each other out there. I'm Jason Oliver. I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Vodkast podcast. Boy, howdy. Oops.